so glad that you decided to come back and watch another one of these sessions. And today we're talking about a pretty serious disease. And the thing about it is that I've had friends who have had vascular disease. And it's a slow process. I mean, it wasn't like, one day they're running along and then all of a sudden, boom, they have these horrible symptoms. And your reality is that we have a choice in our lives in order to make them better so that we have the lifestyle and the quality of life that we want. It's a choice. So we have to understand that our lives, if it's centering around medication, self-medication, recreational drugs, medications that are prescribed by a physician, your quality of life is diminished in a couple of different ways, because you have to plan your life around these events to make sure that you get the medication. And to me, I love spontaneity. I love, just somebody calling up and saying, hey, let's go buy a boat. That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's go for a boat ride. Oh, that sounds even more fun. So I want you to think of what kind of quality of life do you really want? What kind of quality of relationships? Because when your health is diminished, you have the energy to be able to be in a relationship. Over the past couple of days, I've had some disease, a virus here, a little yeast there, and it boiled down to I didn't feel very good. So did I want to participate in a personal, intimate relationship? Yeah, I did, but it really wasn't of a high functioning level. I was present, I was listening, I wasn't very responsive. But my point is that when our health deteriorates, we need to start looking at what are some of those causes. Now, when we get cardiovascular disease, we have to start taking medications, and those medications directly affect our sex life. Another consequence of vascular disease is that it will cause impotence. And the reason why is if the blood flow doesn't go to certain parts of your body, you're not going to have the vitality in the bedroom because there's no blood there. It isn't that you don't want to have sex, you don't have the drive, you have the testosterone, it's just that the blood can't get there. And if the blood can't get there, well, we've got problems. So, one of the things that we need to talk about is the symptoms. It's pain in the legs, pain in the arms, pain in the back. There's a weakness. It takes a lot of effort to lift up your limbs. And the other part is that they start to turn blue. And that's severe. And what happens is that you start getting sores, ulcerations, skin ulcerations. You get cramps. These are all indications that the vessels, the arteries, the capillaries are all being constricted, and such as arterial sclerosis. Go ahead and say that a couple of times. And, reality is this: overeating. You got a plate this big, and it's filled to a height of this, and you consume the whole thing. Not a good idea. You don't need to eat that much. Your body can run on 4 ounces of meat. Your body can run on, I think it's 40 grams of fiber. That's a couple of pieces of cardboard every day. It's fabulous. So it's high blood pressure, it's smoking, it's diabetes, it's obesity, it's lack of physical activity. It's eating saturated fats. It all boils down to you can have impotence, and you will with cardiovascular disease. So, what are the quick fixes that the doctor gives you when you go? Oh, medication. There it is. Let me write you out a script. We're going to get you on blood thinners. We're going to get you on cholesterol. We're going to get you on hypertension, so your blood pressure goes down. And each one of these medications has side effects, and those side effects can definitely affect you. So what do we think we need to do? Well, let's get an alternative mindset and lifestyle. Let's make it simple. Let's do preventative medicine. If you already have arterial sclerosis, excuse me, uh, you can start working on the physical activity and the eating. And you're going to find that you're going to have a large number of positive responses. Just think about moving. I've just recently learned that somebody that I care for has a watch that tells them once an hour to stand up for a minute. Well, I didn't think that that was an awful lot. I thought that standing for a minute is, pretty much a walk in the park. Pretty much anybody could do that. Reality is that's all you need to do. Stand up, move around, shake that thing, and move. Put your hands above, get some breathing, do sun salutations, do some yoga, walking, building a relationship, walking from your office to another office, saying hi. I just thought I'd just check in with you, and then walking back. You got to understand that farmers. Let's talk about them. They're active. They don't have this type of disease, typically. So what are we going to do for the cure? What is the cure? That's what you should be asking me. You should be commenting right now. What is the cure? Well, let's talk about dealing with long-standing emotional problems. Anger, anxiety, suffering. Removing the hardening of the heart in an emotional sense. When somebody's got a hard heart, Clint Eastwood, yeah, hard heart, yeah, that some of the characters that Clint Eastwood plays. And refusing to see any good in the world. Having a high amount of tension in your life. And you're saying to yourself, well, how do I even recognize that? Well, pastoral therapy, psychological therapy, Reiki healing, Kabbalah healing. Learn how to move. Get a trainer. Stop overeating. Find a really, really good reason to live. And when I talk about a really, really good reason to live, I'll give you one. If I died, the cats wouldn't be fed. Now that's a pretty good reason to live, because your life centers around cats. I'm not disparaging, I'm not making fun. What I'm telling you is, when we make a decision that we want to live, and there's a good reason for it. It can be children, it can be pets, it can be friends, it can be family, it can be money, it can be cars, it can be whatever. But when you have one, your lifestyle will change. You've got to replace an overeating habit with another habit. Because when you stop overeating or stop drinking, you're going to have to fill that void, because that time was used for a habit. And if you don't have something over here that's going to fill in that particular void of that habit in time and space, you're going to have a hard time. You'll backslide. But understand that professionals can help you with that. And that's what we want. We want to be cured. So go ahead, comment. Tell me if you have cardiovascular disease. You want a free consult? Hey, I'm up for it. Go ahead, comment. I'd love to talk to you. If you're interested in the medications that are directly affecting vascular disease, that affect your ability to perform in the bedroom, I have that list also. So I look forward to talking to you. You have a great day.